Hi, I'm Tim Curran. Today's lesson is about finding the equation of the tangent line at a particular point. We're going to call it x1, y1, and also finding the equation of a normal, which is perpendicular to the tangent at that same point. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Another thing we're asked to do in calculus is to come up with the equation of the tangent to the curve at a certain point. The certain point given is x1, comma y1. Those are both subscripts, the ones. And also come up with the equation for the normal, which is perpendicular to the tangent at a certain point. Let's take a look at finding the equation of a tangent. So we have tangents and normals. Equation of a tangent. Number one, find the gradient of y equals f of x. In other words, you've got to find the derivative. That's the first step. Find dy dx or f dash of x. Then you've got to find the gradient at the point in question. So find the gradient at x1, y1, which means you're going to have to plug in x1 into your gradient function. Essentially, you have to find f dash of x1. That's the gradient of the tangent x at x1, y1. Finally, use this. This is point slope form. Y, the general y, minus y1 equals m. This is directly from here. That's f dash of x1 is your m, times the quantity x minus x1. And again, to find the equation of the tangent, use m is equal to f dash of x1. The process for finding the equation of a normal is very similar. There's only one extra step. The first step is the same. Find the gradient function. You have to find f of x. Find the gradient at x1, y1. In other words, you have to find f dash at x1. The tricky step here is to find the slope of the normal. You have to use the fact that they're perpendicular, which means the product of the slope of the normal and the tangent is -1. So m normal times m tangent equals -1. You can solve a very simple algebra equation to come up with m normal. And finally, use that m normal in your point slope equation. Y, that's the general y, minus y1, which comes from x1, y1, times the quantity is equal to the slope of the normal, which you found in this step, times the quantity general x minus x1, which is part of the given point. Here is some practice with finding the equation of a tangent to a curve. For example, find the equation of the tangent to the curve y equals 5 minus x squared at 1, 4. We have to recognize that they gave us x1, y1. We talked about in our last slide what we have to do. First, we have to find dy dx, or if this is f of x, we have to find f dash of x. Well, in this case, it's very simple. This is just going to be -2x. Then we have to plug in our x1, because we want to know what's happening at this point, x1. So f dash of 1 is -2 times 1, which is -2. We must recognize that this is m tangent. We can then go to y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. That's our point slope formula. Plugging in 4 for y1 and -2 for m, and this will be x minus 1. From there we can of course clean this up. Y minus 4 equals, if I distribute out twice, I get -2x plus 2. Plus 4 to both sides gives me y is equal to -2x plus 6. There is my answer. That's the equation of the tangent to the curve at x equal to 1. In this example, we're asked to find the equation to the normal to the curve of y, or f of x, equals 2x cubed minus x squared plus 1 at this point 1, 2. Of course, this is x1, y1. Well, in each case, our first step is to find f dash of x. We have to differentiate. Okay, so if y is equal to 2x cubed minus x squared plus 1, then f dash of x is going to be equal to 6x squared minus 2x plus 0. So we have our derivative. Let's find f dash of the x in question, which is 1, which would be 6 times 1 squared minus 2 times 1. which would be 1 squared times 6 is 6 minus 2 equals 4. Of course, we've just found the slope of the tangent. And we know that m tangent times m normal is equal to -1. Which really essentially means that the slope of the normal and the slope of the tangent are opposite reciprocals. Well, what's the opposite reciprocal of 4? Well, opposite would be negative, and if this is 4 over 1, this will go to 1 over 4. So this is my m normal. Now all I have to do is remember my point-slope form. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, knowing that this is m of the normal. Well, the m of the normal is -1/4. X minus our x1 is 1, and our y1 is 2. Y minus 2. Of course, you could distribute this out. You get y minus 2 is equal to -1/4 x plus 1/4. If you added 2 to both sides, your final answer would be y is equal to -1/4 x plus 2 1/4. And that is the answer to this question. That is the equation of the normal at the point x is equal to 1.